is an illusion. Free energy is the big secret. Of free energy technology is currently being used by the industries that operate above the general population or populace. Gasoline-driven cars are sold to the general population to create the illusion that liquid fuel is being used in the industries that operate above the general population and the populace. Liquid fuel is an illusion. Turbines.
Jets don't use liquid fuel. They use compressed air. And these turbines are designed to pull in air and compress it and combust it and use it as fuel.
Air is fuel. Free energy. Free energy turbines are used to achieve flight and thrust. Flight is achieved using compressed air. Flight is levitation. Military, aviation industry, and commercial travel use free energy engines. Air is fuel. Water is fuel. Liquid fuel is an illusion. Liquid fuel is an illusion. is water. Air is fuel. All the industries are using air for fuel. Energy has been around for hundreds of years. Passengers are diving. The atmosphere is the vessel. Our lungs. Control. Our thoughts.
That one is?
That's our last one.
How do they fuel it?
How do you fuel it?
Yeah.
Aviation gasoline, 100 kilowatt, 1 point in the Atlantic gondola.
Aviation gasoline?
Yes, add gas, 110. What a Cessna would use.
Okay.
They're just 200 horsepower each, the engines. Up on the side.
200
One
horsepower.
on this side, one on the other side, one on the tail.
And helium is the
Lifting gas.
lifting gas. Thank you.
Good evening.
So, helium is the lifting gas. Liquid fuel stored in this wing? Come on.
Go into combat fully loaded with fuel to get you into target, and then they could drop the fuel tanks, which gives the aircraft
Helium tanks.
ability and maneuverability
Right.
by having the tanks in.
So, those, they can drop those off.
The big tank underneath.
The big one underneath.
These here are what you
Helium
call
is the lifting
about
gas.
14,000, 16,000 pounds of bomb. If you put the whole thing
And that's extra fuel. And they fuel it up on top.
yeah, there's a port, I believe it's up here on the top of the wing here.
Are the sun,
There's somewhere.
the
They also
moon,
can bring the
helium
You
too.
can get on Google and put it up there,
Very cool.
Liquid fuel. understand.
Oxygen is most commonly seen as gas, but under certain conditions, we can see it as liquid. It is actually the temperature and the pressure that determines whether something will exist as a gas, a solid, or a liquid. In the atmospheric pressure that we live in, oxygen is a gas, but if we increase the pressure enough or lower the temperature enough, we can put it back into a liquid or even a solid. This can be pretty easily visualized in a graph, which is known as a phase diagram. At home, putting something under extreme pressure is kind of hard and dangerous, but cooling it down is much easier and safer. The boiling point of liquid oxygen is slightly higher than liquid nitrogen.
Free energy machines. They've been around for hundreds of years. Helium is abundant. We don't need helium. But we do. So do the astronauts. Nobody flies. Nobody flies. It's been set up to deceive us. Free energy is the big secret. Liquid fuel, it's an illusion.
Hey guys, I'm just out looking for satellites and can never seem to see any. Everything that we're told through the media tells us that we're surrounded by them and they're all out in space. But, you know, as I've kind of been on this journey of trying to figure out how far away the moon is, seeming that it's closer than we're told.
Distance is a hoax.
I would think that we would be able to see satellites whizzing between us and the moon at a constant rate. You know, all the pictures that you Google or whatever server you use, you bring up, shows you that there's all these satellites out there and that we're surrounded by them. And
Satellites.
so we should be able to see them. But what I think is the reason we can't see them is because they're inside of the Earth's atmosphere. The moon is much closer than we're told, and makes me question, what space is in general. So, satellites, if they are real, are they just turbine-driven free energy engines that are inside the Earth's atmosphere?
And water. The free energy turbines are used to achieve flight and thrust. Runners. Flight is achieved using compressed air. Flight is levitation. Fascinating. In Earth's atmosphere. Jet fuel
Jets don't use liquid fuel.
is a hoax.
They use compressed air. And these turbines are designed to pull in air and compress it and combust it
Turbines
and use it as fuel.
are out of this world technology. Turbines are lungs.
So I come in, and at this point, I've kind of forgotten that I don't have a nose gear. I'm just focused on landing. That's what I decided I had to do. So I'm at 20 feet stabilized, and I can't see.
Levitation.
We can overstand!
Jets don't use liquid fuel. They use compressed air. And these turbines are designed to pull in air and compress it and combust it
I do not
and use it as fuel.
consent. I do not consent. I do not